Africa, a land of growth, rhythm, and resilience.
Where every thread of the fabric tells a story.
Every beat of the drum echoes heritage.
And every voice carries the soul of generation.
We are Africa, bold, beautiful, and timeless. At SUMTV, we don't just tell African stories.
We celebrate it in every color, sound, and tradition.
From the past that shaped us
to the future we proudly define.
SUMTV, Africa, seen, heard, celebrated. SUMTV, cause of the nation.
Do you want to score 280 and above in JAMB? At Taraba Business School, we can make your dream come through. Register now for our JAMB and CBT training. Intensive JAMB and WACE coaching classes with experienced teachers is ongoing. You will also be trained on computer-based training, CBT. Visit Taraba Business School today. We are located opposite Civil Service Commission, 183 Hamarua Way, Jalingo, Taraba State. You can call the following numbers for inquiries: 080 602 69140, 070 634 28464, 080 606 60861.
Every day begins with a need to move with purpose, to shop without stress, to send without fear, to pay without delay. For every rider chasing time, for every home that needs restocking, for every voice that needs connection, for every dream that needs delivery. Now, one app brings it all together.
Supercab, move smart, ride safe, supermarket, groceries, gadgets, everything. Supercash, airtime, bills, transfers, done. Super logistics, fast, secure, right to your door.
It's more than an app. It's your movement, your market, your money, your connection, all in one place. Supergo, one app for services endless. Download Supergo today. Live free, live fast, live smart.
No time to shop, no stress. With Supergo, your groceries comes to you. Partner with trusted vendors, verified stores, no delay, no excuses, just values. Supergo Supermarket, your market now in your hands. With Supergo, your ride is comfortable, easy, and convenient. Supergo is more than an app. It's a movement. Moving people, powering threats, delivering value.
I am Moses Peter, welcoming you to news at 9 p.m. on SUMTV. Tonight, we broadcast live from SUMTV headquarters, Jalingo, Taraba State. Stay tuned and follow the coverage on Facebook at SUMTV and YouTube at SUMTV Live, as we bring the latest updates and the pulse of the nation directly to your screen. Here are tonight's major headlines. Armed Forces Remembrance Day Parade and Wreath-laying ceremony held at National Arcade, Abuja, as Governor Agbukefas joins military officers and dignitaries to mark 2026 Armed Forces Remembrance Day in Jalingo. Taraba Commissioner for Social Justice Dr. Philista Musa lauds Governor Kefas for transformative projects in Usa local government. Governor Chukwuma Soludo of Anambra State urges Ndibo to move beyond civil war and promote national development. On international news, Ethiopia accuses Eritrea of arming rebels in Amhara region as U.S. Senate blocks limiting Trump's military powers in Venezuela. On business news, Nigeria projects 5.5% GDP growth in 2026 amid economic reforms. Moving on to entertainment news, President Tinubu congratulates Nigerian artists at Afrima 2026 as Nigerian musicians secure nominations for 2026 Mobile Awards. And on sport news, Nigerian football fans criticize CAF following Super Eagles AFCON 2025 semi-final loss to Morocco. Now the news in full. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu led Nigeria in marking the Armed Forces Remembrance Day, honoring fallen soldiers whose sacrifices continue to uphold the nation's peace and unity. He acknowledged the deep loss borne by their families and assured them that the country will never forget their loved ones' service. Tinubu also praised serving personnel across all duty lines and reaffirmed his administration's commitment to their welfare, dignity, and sustained operational support. The Armed Forces Remembrance Day Parade and wreath-laying ceremony took place at the National Arcade in Abuja on Thursday with Vice President Kashim Shettima, Senate President Godswill Akpabio, Deputy Senate President Benjamin Kalu, and Minister of Defense Christopher Musa among the dignitaries in attendance. Prayers were offered for both living and fallen heroes, followed by a minute of silence and artillery salute. Wreaths were laid at the tomb of the unknown soldier to honor those who sacrificed for Nigeria's peace and unity.
To lay the wreath are the Chief of Defense Staff, General Olufemi Olatunbosun Oluyede, Armed Forces Medal, the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Wahid Shaibu, the Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Idi Abbas, the Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Sunday Kevin Aneke, and the Inspector General of Police, IGP Kayode Egbetokun.
Similarly, Governor Dr. Agbukefas on Thursday joined military officers, veterans, traditional rulers, and other dignitaries at Jolly Yame Stadium, Jalingo, to mark the 2026 Armed Forces Remembrance Day, a ceremony honoring the bravery, dedication, and sacrifices of Nigeria's military personnel, both past and present. SUMTV correspondent Lilian Yakubu completes the report.
On Thursday, Governor Dr. Agbukefas joined military officers, veterans, traditional rulers, and other dignitaries at Jolly Nyame Stadium, Jalingo, for the 2026 Armed Forces Remembrance Day, a ceremony honoring the courage and sacrifice of Nigeria's armed forces. In his address, he paid tribute to fallen heroes, saying their sacrifices must never be forgotten and their courage inspire continuous effort to build a peaceful, united and prosperous Taraba State and Nigeria.
I warmly welcome you all to this solemn and honorable occasion marking the Armed Forces Celebration and Remembrance Day 2026. Today is not just a ceremonial date on our calendar, it is a day of memory, gratitude, and recommitment. We remember our fallen heroes, men and women who laid down their lives so that Nigeria might stand, breathe, and endure. We remember sacrifices that were made quietly, painfully, and often without recognition. Their courage was not for applause, it was for national survival. And that legacy will never be forgotten. Today also gives us the opportunity to salute those who still wear the uniform, those who remain on duty in forests, border communities, conflict zones, and difficult terrains, standing between our people and danger. Your commitment to defending the sovereignty of our nation, preserving peace, and safeguarding the life is a debt Nigeria can never fully repay.
Governor Kefas commended the armed forces and other security agencies for their resilience in maintaining peace and protecting lives and properties across Taraba State. He pledged his administration's continuous support, vowing practical measures to strengthen security and ensure the military has the resources and backing needed to safeguard communities.
I speak today not only as the governor of Taraba State, but also as one of you. I understand the risks, I understand the sacrifices, I understand the long separations from family, the silent denials, the missions that cannot be spoken about, and the burden of decisions taken in seconds that can change lives forever, all in the national interest. That is why this day is deeply personal to me. Here in Taraba State, the presence and professionalism of the armed forces have made a clear and measurable difference. Your dedication has strengthened security of our state, stabilized communities, and restored confidence. More importantly, your collaboration with other security agencies has shown what is possible when coordination, intelligence sharing, and mutual respect are prioritized. The results become visible and the difference is clear. And the people of Taraba State are grateful, and they are saying to all the living soldiers and those that are dead that they are grateful.
The ceremony features the laying of wreath, release of pigeons, symbolizing peace, and inspection of the guards of honor. Brigadier General Kingsley Uwa, commander of the 6th Brigade, presented a souvenir to Governor Kefas in recognition of his support. Senior officers, traditional rulers, state executives, veterans, and members of the public attended, paying tribute to Nigerian gallant men and women in uniform. Lilian Yakubu, reporting for SUMTV.
Earlier on Sunday, the governor of Taraba State, Agbu Kefas, has lauded the gallantry, professionalism, and steadfast commitment of the troops of the 6th Brigade, Nigerian Army, and other security agencies, describing their sacrifices as vital to the peace and stability currently enjoyed across the state. Governor Kefas delivered the commendation during his goodwill message at the 2026 Armed Forces Celebration and Remembrance Day interdenominational church service held on Sunday, 11th January 2026 at the Cathedral Church of Christ, Mayodasa, Jalingo, emphasizing that unity and collective efforts are the foundation of development. SUMTV correspondent completes the report.
The Executive Governor of Taraba State, Abu Kefas, has commended the gallantry, professionalism, and unwavering commitment of troops of the 6th Brigade Nigerian Army and other security agencies, describing their sacrifice as central to the peace and stability currently enjoyed across the state. Governor Kefas gave the commendation while delivering his goodwill message at the 2026 Armed Force Celebration and Remembrance Day, AFCRD, interdenominational church service held on Sunday, 11 January 2026 at the Cathedral Church of Christ, Mayodasa, Jalingo. The service formed part of activities marking the annual Armed Force Remembrance Day observed on 15 January. Speaking on the theme, Valor, Sacrifice, and Unity, honoring our heroes, the governor described peace as the bedrock of development, stressing that no meaningful progress can be achieved in the absence of unity and collective efforts. He noted that Taraba State remains a major beneficiary of the sacrifice of the armed force, adding that many adverse situations will have prevailed but for the courage and resilience of Nigeria's military personnel. Governor Kefas paid glowing tributes to fallen heroes who paid the supreme price in defense of the nation, assuring serving personnel, veterans, and families of the fallen of his administration's continued support. He reaffirmed his government's commitment to improve welfare, strong collaboration with security agencies, intelligence sharing, and community operation, while urging citizens to support the armed force through prayers, patriotism, and peaceful coexistence. Earlier, Jumat prayer were held on Friday, 9 January 2026 at the Jalingo Central Mosque, opposite the Emir of Maurice Palace, as part of AFCRD activities. The commander, 6th Brigade Nigerian Army, Sector 3 Operation Wheel Stroke, OPWS, was represented by the Chief of Staff Headquarters, 6th Brigade, Colonel A.U. Muhammad. Officers, soldiers, their families, and personnel of sister security agencies participated in the prayers. In his address at the interdenominational service, the commander, 6th Brigade Nigerian Army, Brigadier General Kingsley Chidiebere Uwa, described the occasion as a moment of sober reflection, remembrance, and renewed commitment to national service. He paid solemn tributes to officers and soldiers who lost their lives in active service, assuring their families of the military's and the nation's continued support. Brigadier General Uwa commended officers and soldiers of the brigade for their resilience, discipline, and professionalism in ongoing operations within Taraba State, while appreciating the Taraba State government, sister security agencies, and families of troops for their unwavering support. He affirmed that as long as Nigeria remembers her fallen heroes and honors her living defenders, no sacrifice made in service to the nation will ever be in vain. Delivering the sermon, the Anglican Bishop of Jalingo, Reverend Father Foreman Nedison, underscored unity as the most meaningful way to honor fallen heroes. He urged Nigerians to live in peace, noting that the fallen heroes sacrificed their lives so that the nation could remain united and harmonious. Dignitaries at the service included Governor Kefas and his wife, Mrs. Anyi Kefas, senior government officials, heads of sister security agencies, traditional rulers, clergy, veterans, NAWA and NASWA members, families of service personnel, and other invited guests. The prayer sessions highlighted AFCRD 2026 as a period of remembrance, gratitude, and national unity, while reaffirming the commitment of the 6th Brigade Nigerian Army and sister security agencies to the defense of Nigeria's sovereignty and the maintenance of peace and security in Taraba State. I am Jennifer Obadea, reporting for SUMTV.
Still from Taraba State, the Commissioner for Social Justice, Dr. Philista Musa, has lauded Governor Agbukefas for transformative projects in Usa local government, including the 12-kilometer Lisam-Takum Road and the near-completed Usa General Hospital. She assured that the people of Usa will reciprocate these landmark interventions with massive support in the 2027 elections, describing the initiatives as symbols of hope, inclusion, and equitable development after decades of infrastructural neglect. Dr. Musa urged residents to safeguard the project while continuing to back policies that promote social justice and sustainable progress.
Immediately after the flag off of the Takum Lisam Road, our people became very appreciative. Pastors, imams, community leaders, students called to appreciate His Excellency Dr. Agbukefas for flagging off the road. At first, we were thinking it was going to be a mirage, but at the end of it all, the story is now becoming a reality. And our people are so happy because since Benue Plateau, that road had been there. No governor, no government had given attention to it. We came to Gongola State, the road had been there. Same neglect. Now in Taraba State, at 5 years ago, neglect. But now, it's only Dr. Agbukefas that had the vision to look into the issue of Takum Lisam Road. And my community people are so overwhelmed and happy. Yeah, so we discussed with my brothers, the chairman and the honorable member. We are calling on His Excellency Dr. Agbukefas to help complete the hospital. The hospital had been completed, just equipment, and I'm sure the commissions that money had been released to get the equipment for the hospital. So anytime soon, after the road construction, we're going to commission the hospital to this 2026. And that is a very big plus for us in the Usa Kutep community, because we have never had any government presence like that in that community ever since. It's only Dr. Agbukefas that had done that for us. We really, really remain very grateful to His Excellency Dr. Agbukefas for that. Big, aside other good things that the Kutep people have benefited from this administration, with the road and the hospital, I want to assure His Excellency Dr. Agbukefas that 2027, we're going to massively vote him to come back for second term. Thank you very much.
Moving to Adamawa State, Governor Amadu Umaru Fintiri paid heartfelt tribute to Nigeria's fallen heroes and serving military personnel, acknowledging their courage, dedication, and sacrifices in safeguarding the nation. Speaking during the 2026 Armed Forces Remembrance Day ceremony held in Yola, Governor Fintiri reaffirmed his administration's steadfast commitment to supporting the armed forces, emphasizing the state government's resolve to collaborate with security agencies in promoting peace, stability, and the welfare of military families. SUMTV correspondent Ojoma Yusuf completes the report.
Armed Forces Remembrance Day is a day set aside to honor our fallen and living heroes who fought for the peacekeeping missions and internal security operations to ensure lasting peace in Nigeria. The Adamawa State Governor, Governor Amadu Umaru Fintiri, has commended the resilience and sacrifices of serving members of Nigerian Armed Forces, as well as the families of the fallen heroes, describing their contributions as pivotal to the peace, unity, and stability of Nigeria. The governor made this known on Thursday during the rat-laying ceremony, making the grand finale of the 2026 Armed Forces Celebration Day. Governor Fintiri, who was represented by his deputy, Professor Kalitepua George Farauta, said that the day was set aside to honor the memories of our fallen heroes and to pray for God's comfort, protections, and sustenance for the families they left behind.
We want to thank them for the supreme sacrifice they make daily to ensure that we all go to bed and sleep with our 2 eyes closed. They are the ones in charge of our borders from all angles. We want to thank them, we want to ask them to keep doing this, because most likely it's not something we can pay them humanly, but God will see them and God will keep protecting them. We also want to commend them for ensuring that at the times of challenges in Nigeria, they are the ones we usually look up to. Once we call on them, they are usually there to ensure that peace is restored at every region in Nigeria. So we commend them for the good work they are doing, and we ask that God will keep protecting them and God will keep helping them to do this job sacrificially.
Governor SUMTV further commended the serving security personnel for their courage and commitment to the national service. The governor also urged Nigerians to continue praying for the peace in the country and to extend support to widows and families of servicemen who sacrificed their lives for the national unity and stability. The widows decries neglect as they uses the opportunity to appeal to the government for the payment of their due benefits.
So we miss them a lot. In fact, I can sorry. His death was very painful. Very painful thing that I will never forget in life. They have a lot to do for us and they did not do it. We are supposed to be giving 1/3 of our husband's salary. To be sincere, no one has given, they've never wanted giving us 1 naira out of the 1/3 of our husband's salary, and at the same time, the one third and 2/3 of the orphans, none have been given to us, and we are crying for that.
Live here at Mahmoud Ribadu Square at Damawa State. And guess what? Today is Armed Forces Remembrance Day, and we're here to celebrate the fallen heroes and even the living ones. Okay, we don't just celebrate the fallen heroes alone, but then we celebrate the living ones that have fought battles and ensure that we have peace and serenity in Nigeria. Thank you so much for joining today. I am Mojama Yusuf, hitting you from SUMTV News, Yola.
In his part, Governor Chukwuma Soludo urged Indibo to move beyond the civil war, which ended 56 years ago, and redirect their energy toward national development. Speaking at Ekweme Square, Oka, he called on armed groups to lay down their arms and participate positively in society. Soludo commended security agencies for improving safety, highlighted the reclamation of 8 local government areas from criminal activity, and emphasized unity, peace, and active citizen engagement in national affairs. In Kogi State, PDP Chairman Mohammed Gambo honored fallen servicemen and women, describing their sacrifices as vital to national unity. He called on government to support their families and urged citizens to reject divisive rhetoric, celebrate diversity, and address social tensions. Gambo emphasized that families of the fallen should feel proud that their loved ones died for causes greater than themselves. In the spirit of the National Armed Forces Remembrance Day, Governor Alex Oti urged residents to promote peace, unity, and the protection of Nigeria's sovereignty during the Remembrance Day in Umuahia. He warned against extremism and violence, commended security agencies for safeguarding lives and property, and announced welfare support and scholarships for families of deceased personnel. Oti highlighted Abia's improved security, praising collaboration among agencies that contributed to peaceful communities and enhanced social and economic development. The Deputy Governor of Gombe State, Manansi Jatau, urged citizens to take active responsibility for security during the 2026 Armed Forces Celebration and Remembrance Day at Pantami Township Stadium. He praised security agencies, traditional rulers, and communities for maintaining peace and highlighted the sacrifices of fallen soldiers, veterans, and their families. Jatau also encouraged donations to the Nigerian Legion to support widows and orphans, and emphasized that modern security involves police, civil defense, volunteers, and other agencies. In the same vein, the federal government, in partnership with the Nigerian Legion, is setting up affordable housing for military veterans to ensure they have a home after retirement. National Legion Chairman Grace Henry said pensions are more regular, reducing protests by retired personnel. The initiative also supports widows and families, while a ministerial committee works on better salaries, medical care, and post-service benefits, aiming to improve veterans' overall welfare nationwide. Moving to development in higher education, the Emir of Kano, Muhammadu Sanusi II, has secured special admission into the LLB Common Law and Sharia program at Northwest University, Kano. Confirmed in a letter dated January 12, he is admitted into 200 level for the 2024 and 2025 session, pending full registration and compliance with university regulations. Similarly, the Zamfara Government Transition Committee visited the College of Health Sciences and Technology, SAFE, ahead of its conversion into the Federal University of Health Sciences and Technology. Led by Professor Lawal S. Bilbis, the panel is reviewing student records, assessing staff qualifications, and inspecting facilities. The college, established in 2001 and now hosting over 2,200 students across 25 courses, will serve as the permanent site of the new university, marking a milestone in regional educational growth. Turning to economic progress, OPEC has highlighted Nigeria's non-oil sector as a key driver of growth in the later half of 2025, despite a slight decline in crude output to 1.422 million barrels per day. Factors supporting domestic stability included lower inflation, a stronger naira, reduced fuel imports, and higher remittances. Finance Minister Wali Edu noted that continued disinflation may allow interest rate cuts, easing borrowing costs. Complementing national economic efforts, the Ogun State government launched initiatives to boost food production and support farmers. Programs include OG Cares, Value Chain Development, Special Agro-Industrial Processing Zones, and the Ogun State Economic Transformation Project. Investment in tractors, irrigation, poultry pens, fish processing centers, and youth-focused agricultural schemes aim to enhance food security, stimulate local economics, and attract international partnerships. In further support of agribusiness innovation, NASENI has begun constructing an agricultural incubation center at the University of Abuja, Gwagwalada. The 10-hectare facility will integrate poultry, aquaculture, crop production, and research, equipped with greenhouses, fish tanks, tissue culture labs, and solar-powered infrastructure. The center aims to strengthen food security, drive research-based agribusiness ventures, and serve as a replicable model nationwide. On the political front, stakeholders of the People's Democratic Party in Rivers State have taken party chair Aaron Chukwuemeka, the Rivers State Independent Electoral Commission, and the state government to court over candidate nominations in the last local government elections. The claimants questioned Chukwuemeka's election and the validity of candidate lists. The High Court granted substituted service and adjourned proceedings to February 9, 2026. Meanwhile, the APC nationwide e-registration drive is gaining momentum in Enugu State. Prominent leaders, including former Governor Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi and former Senate President Ken Nnamani, encouraged residents to register, praising President Tinubu's reforms and infrastructure projects. Supporters noted that stronger party membership would enhance electoral success and bolster future political performance. In Delta State, businessman Obi Kubana commended Governor Sheriff Ogborevori as God-fearing and development-driven. During a visit to Asaba, he confirmed that the Kubana Millennium City project will be completed by December 2026, describing it as a major boost to the city's economy and praising the governor's accessibility to investors. Moving to matters of national security, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu reaffirmed his commitment to the welfare and dignity of Nigeria's armed forces during the 2026 Armed Forces Celebration and Remembrance Day. He honored fallen members and their families, commended serving officers for their professionalism across land, sea, and air, and prayed for the continued strength of the military. Moving on to health matters, the Kano State Hospitals Management Board suspended 3 medical staff following the death of housewife Aishatu Umar after surgery at Abubakar Imam Urology Center. The suspension is immediate, pending further investigation by the State Medical Ethical Committee. The board stressed its commitment to patient safety and accountability, while the family reported that Umar suffered persistent abdominal pain for months post-surgery. Similarly, the federal government launched a 24-member technical committee to implement the Nigeria Power for Health initiative. The project aims to provide reliable electricity to health facilities nationwide, targeting 30% of facilities running on clean energy by 2027, thereby improving surgeries, vaccine storage, and emergency care. Ministers emphasized that dependable energy is critical for quality healthcare and public confidence. Shifting to technology, the Director General of NITDA, Kashifu Inua Abdullahi, reaffirmed Nigeria's commitment to collaborating with the United States on data privacy, AI, and cybersecurity. Speaking at a joint workshop, he outlined plans to expand the National Cybersecurity Conference internationally, foster innovation, and develop local talent to strengthen Nigeria's competitiveness in the global digital economy. In law enforcement, the Akwa Ibom State Police Command arraigned social media activist God's Own Monday Udoito on 6 charges, including criminal defamation, threats, and publishing false information likely to cause public unrest. The charges relate to posts accusing Governor Umo Eno of unlawfully selling ancestral lands. Police stressed that while freedom of expression is protected, spreading falsehoods or inciting fear will face legal consequences. Udoito has pleaded not guilty and remains in custody. In Plateau State, a filling station along Bukuru Expressway in Jos caught fire, causing panic among residents and motorists. Flames reportedly originated near an underground petroleum tank at the station, which also sells cooking gas. Staff attempted to contain the blaze before fire service teams arrived. The Plateau State Fire Service confirmed their presence at the scene, but the cause remains unknown. We are now going on a short commercial break. When we come back, the news continues. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned.
Every day begins with a need to move with purpose, to shop without stress, to send without fear, to pay without delay. For every rider chasing time, for every home that needs restocking, for every voice that needs connection, for every dream that needs delivery. Now, one app brings it all together.
Supercab, move smart, ride safe, supermarket, groceries, gadgets, everything. Super cash, airtime, bills, transfers, done. Super logistics, fast, secure, right to your door.
It's more than an app. It's your movement, your market, your money, your connection, all in one place. SuperGo, one app for services endless. Download SuperGo today. Live free, live fast, live smart.
No time to shop, no stress. With SuperGo, your groceries comes to you. Partner with trusted vendors, verified stores, no delay, no excuses, just values. SuperGo Supermarket, your market now in your hands. With SuperGo, your ride is comfortable, easy, and convenient. SuperGo is more than an app. It's a movement, moving people, powering threats, delivering value.
Welcome back. We are glad you are still there with us. Now moving on to international news. In Africa, tensions and political developments continued to dominate headlines. In Uganda, citizens voted in a dense election amid an internet shutdown as President Museveni seeks a fifth term. Meanwhile, Ethiopia accused Eritrea of arming rebels in the Amhara region, escalating regional tensions. Eritrea denied the claim, calling it a pretext for war and countered that Ethiopia had shown aggression. Turning to the Americas, several developments spanned finance, politics, and security. In Brazil, the central bank ordered the liquidation of brokerage Rio de Janeiro Equity and Assets Group, following serious rule violations linked to the collapse of Banco Master. In the United States, the Senate blocked efforts to limit President Donald Trump's military powers in Venezuela, while Chevron prepares to expand operations there. In Europe, political and diplomatic activity dominated the news. In the United Kingdom, Conservative leader Kemi Badenoch dismissed Robert Jenrick from her senior policy team over alleged defection plotting, while London prepares a response after Russia expelled a British diplomat. France survived 2 no-confidence votes, and Spain introduced measures to give young farmers access to land. In Sweden, Ericsson announced plans to cut 1,600 jobs. Ukraine's President Zelensky plans an energy emergency amid ongoing tensions with Russia, while the UK also launched investigations into $404 million in social housing fraud. On business news, the report said Nigeria has emerged from an acute economic crisis, projecting 5.5% GDP growth in 2026 and a rise in foreign reserves to $52 billion. It noted that recent structural reforms were necessary, but only the beginning of economic transformation. The report warned that the next 18 months are critical to avoid policy reversal and stressed the need to focus on agriculture, manufacturing, and disciplined consolidation to achieve sustainable, inclusive growth. On entertainment news, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has congratulated Nigerian artists who excelled at the 9th All-Africa Music Awards, AFRIMA, describing their victories as further proof of the strength and global influence of Nigeria's creative industry. In a statement by his Special Advisor on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, the president praised the artists for showcasing Nigeria positively, noting that their achievements reflect the creativity and resilience of Nigerian youth. He also commended Lagos State for delivering a world-class hosting of the continental event and reaffirmed his administration's commitment to youth empowerment and the growth of the creative economy. Nigeria's music industry recorded another major global spotlight as Tiwa Savage, Ira Star, Whiskey, Davido, Rema, Adekunle Gold, and Shali Poppy clinched nominations for the 2026 Music of Black Origin Mobo Awards. Aerostar earned dual recognition featuring both in the Best African Music Act and Best International Act categories, where she competes alongside global stars like Cardi B and Ghana. The 30th anniversary ceremony will hold on March 26, 2026 at Co-op Live in Manchester, featuring an extensive list of nominees across multiple genres. On sport news, some Nigerian football fans have criticized the Confederation of African Football (CAF) following the Super Eagles' 2-4 penalty loss to host Morocco in the AFCON 2025 semi-finals. Many took to social media to fault Ghanaian referee Daniel Ni Larin for what they described as biased and inconsistent officiating. Players and commentators also noted that several questionable calls affected Nigeria's rhythm and confidence during the match, which ended goalless after 120 minutes before the penalty shootout. Nigeria will now face Egypt in the third-place match, while Morocco advanced to meet Senegal in the final. That is where we draw the curtain. I am Moses Peter. From us at SUMTV, we are wishing you the very best. Good night.